All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another night of NGS streaming. Here we're covering Division C tonight. We have Durotan's Couch versus Hot Boys. We're going to get started up here in just a minute. I got both teams in the lobby, but we're going to get started here in just a minute. Just need a couple more minutes for Hot Boys, and then we'll get started. So. Just keeping an eye on the chat here, just waiting for Hot Boys to give me the okay, and we're going to get started. Our maps tonight are Infernal Shrines and Dragonshire. The Infernal Shrines pick was by Durotan's Couch, and the Dragonshire map pick by Hot Boys. Should be fun, both fun maps. I enjoy both of them. I had a barn burner last week on Dragonshire that went over 32 minutes, so I'm excited to see what these guys have to bring for us tonight. Don't know a lot about these teams, but I'm pretty sure as the game goes on, we'll see what we got. So we're going to get started here in just a second. Just want to say welcome to everyone who's on in the chat. Shout out to you guys. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Hope you're enjoying some Heroes action tonight. If you like the stream, give it a follow. And because I'll be casting all season long, and I'm just getting started with the casting, but I'm enjoying it so far. So we're gonna see how tonight goes. All right. So. This is just watching the lobby chat right now. Just need one more minute on Hot Boys and we'll get started here. But while we're waiting, we'll talk about Infernal Shrines a little bit. Interesting map with the spawns. We'll keep an eye on the minions. The wave clear is always important, and the minion clear is always important on this map, so we'll see how that affects the picks and bans. And as we get into this, okay. Heroes has one AFK right now. As soon as it gets back in, we'll get started. This is I can't even go into this. I can't go into this. I'm gonna put a little music on while we wait. Alright guys, just a little update. We were waiting on one who went AFK right before for a little bio, but um hasn't come back yet, so I'm not really sure what's going on. As soon as he gets in back in the lobby, it's the captain. As soon as he gets back in the lobby, we'll get this match rolling along. Again, the first map of tonight is Infernal Shrines. Um, the first pick will be on Hot Boy's side as we get started. So as soon as like I said, just waiting on one more. As soon as we get it going, we'll hop right into the draft and get the game rolling. Alright guys, we're getting into the draft now. And alright, so again, Infernal Shrines is our first map tonight. And we're going to see how we start off. Phoenix is still in the mix. Phoenix has been a strong hero even after the nerfs, but let's see how it's prioritized here. The AoE clear from him, maybe not as crucial as maybe like a Jaina or a KT. Also, I'm kind of interested to see what tanks we get, what healers. Mal, Stukov, two best healers in my opinion in the game. We get the Maiev band coming from Hot Boys. And let's see what Durotan's couch has to say in rebuttal. I think it's interesting as I've casted more and more NGS on how teams have prioritized specific heroes in the draft. It's different. I watch a lot of HGC. I like watching that and understanding, and at the different levels you get different variety of bands, picks, and shift in the meta. I had a Battlefield of Eternity game where we had the Vala Artanis race versus a Hanzo, so it's a little different on this level. Right now, Durotan's couch is hovering over the Medivh ban, seeing if they're going to follow through with that. And they do. Medivh is a strong hero. It's still a very strong hero, especially if a team is used to playing Medivh. I don't know if Hot Boys has that in their repertoire, if that's one of the heroes they play a lot or they're known for, but if you have a good Medivh player and your team's used to playing around it, Medivh can be still a very strong hero and difficult to deal with. So if they do and they know that, great. I'm okay with that ban. Stukov is the first pick, top healer in the game. It says so much, and not just healing. he can throw out a lot of healing with his bio kill. But also the lurking arm, the silence, and that AoE radius, especially on Infernal Shrines, a lot of little choke points coming into the point. Very useful tool to have in the Stukov. So not surprised there. Let's see if Durotan's Couch replies back with their own, with a healer of their own, or if they're going to go with maybe a warrior damage comp. Wouldn't be surprised either way. Maybe they know a warrior that Hot Boys likes to play, take that away. Are they going to go for the mouth? Are they going to pass on that healer? But with Stukov, you're going to want some range poke, something to disturb him, something that you can get around that silence and really get towards that back line. So we'll see here with 3 seconds left where they're going to head with that. And they go with that Phoenix as well as the Hanzo. So a lot of damage come out. They're going straight for the damage and grab two of the highest damage dealers right now in the game and kick it back over to Hot Boys. So how are Hot Boys gonna reply to this? What are they gonna do? I'd like to see a warrior pickup here and probably a damage dealer to get at that back line. Varian's very strong against Phoenix. He does have that 13 ability where it does damage to the shields. Also, that charge with a taunt can hold that Phoenix in place a little longer than most others. So maybe a Varian here. I'd like to possibly see that. Infernal Shrines is a great Diablo map as well. I think if you don't go Varian here, it's probably going to get banned out in the next phase. So I'm not sure how Hot Boys feels about that on the Varian, or if they want to play it. But I know, me personally, I like playing Varian against it. There is that Varian. It's a direct counter to that Phoenix. They don't want to let him get around. And they do pick up the Diablo, like we talked about. Two fantastic tanks. One in direct counter to the Phoenix, or at least helping and controlling it. And then you have the Diablo, who is just a fantastic tank, especially on this map. A lot of walls, a lot of small quarters, and Diablo can just really get to work, especially once he gets his souls up and he becomes that beefcake tank. Those charges and stuns into walls can really do a number. And so how do Durotan's Couch respond? They got two tanks. They got the healer over on Hot Boys. What do? They know they're going to need damage. They're looking to ban out damage. Right now they're hovering over the Kel'Thas. I couldn't agree more. Kel'Thas, Jaina, Junkrat, any of those bans I think would be appropriate. I could see the Kel'Thas, because if they go Pyro, it could really do a number on Phoenix and Hanzo, but particularly Hanzo. And Living Bomb can just spread and spread and spread, and Flame Strike, a lot of tight knit corners, you could really get that up. Maybe go Convection, but they're going to ban it out. They don't want a piece of that. They're going to make them get their damage from elsewhere. So kicking it back over to Hot Boys now, where do they ban? Interested to see here. Do they ban? I'd like to see them ban the mouth, potentially. There it is. There's the mouth ban. I agree with that. One of the best healers right now, along with Stukov. Also the roots as well, to help get crowd control. So I very much agree with that ban as well. So now it puts the pressure on Durotan's Couch. They need tanks, and they need a healer. Do you go tank offlaner like a Mathael, a Rag, potentially? But you're gonna need a really good tank that can really stand on the front line here. I'd like to see maybe an ETC or a Murden. ETC could go stage dive and give a little more global presence, maybe even a Dahaka here to help get a little global and cover your off lane, come in. But they're going to go with the healer. They're going to lock it down now, and they're going to go with the Rhaegar, and they go off Arthas. Interesting pick with the Arthas. Arthas not really in the meta right now, but he's apparently making a comeback here today. Strong tank, still does very well. Kind of like a variant in that bruiser type of role where he can really crank out damage, but yet can stand on his own. With these two frontline damage dealers, they're going with that with his AoE frost ability to really slow the attack down and kind of help control that. Rhaegar pick also given out here, going to be interesting. He has a lot of good heals the Ancestral Healing, if they go that at level 10, can really do a number. Not really good on Phoenix, because Phoenix, most of his health is form and is in shield, but with the Arthas and the Hanzo could be very useful. I'm surprised they picked the Rhaegar right now and didn't save it. I'm kind of wondering what they're going to pick last. But over on to Hot Boys here. Here comes their two picks, their damage dealers. And we have a Gul'dan and a Tyrande. Whoa. Wow. Okay. I haven't seen Tyrande in play in a while. I'm going to be interested to see if she goes Owl build or if she goes Stun build. Or Lunar Flare build, I should say. Is she going to go one of those? Also at level 10, is she going to take the Shadow Stalk and just hunt down the Hanzo? Is she going to go Starfall? How is she going to play? But she's also that kind of a healer, kind of a damage dealer, going to really boost up the AoE basic attack damage using True Shot and such. So, and Gul'dan's just a great mage. Corruption build, I'm guessing Corruption build to really use those choke points. There's a lot of damage dealing. So I'm anticipating the Corruption build from the Gul'dan can really crank out that damage and help control the shrine spawns as they come up and get some minion damage in and take them out. So, they come back with an offlane of a Sonya, strong hero still, one of the top picks. Not too surprised by that pick. So with that, we have our teams. Durotan's Couch with the Phoenix, the Hanzo, the Rhaegar, Arthas, and Sonya. And on the side of Hot Boys, the Stukov, Varian, Diablo, Gul'dan, and the Tyrande. Interesting mix-up, interesting shake-up here. Kind of excited to see where this goes. I really want to see how this Tyrande can fit into this meta, or this team, and how it can be used here. And can she really make an impact? Can she really make a difference? Just like, say, maybe a Jaina could have done. I mean, they already had the Gul'dan, so going double mage, kind of and you don't really want to pick a melee into the Arthas. I can understand that too. But, you know, how is she going to fit? Is she worth that pick to set apart somebody else? And that's what you're talking about when you're later and like that, is how... Is this pick better than that other pick in our team comp? So I'm interested to see how she works out, or maybe doesn't work out. We'll have to get into the game and find out. And with that, over in blue, we have Durotan's Couch. We have Big Eye Roll on the Arthas, and that's Solon on the Rhaegar, Wild Carte on the Hanzo, Captain Wedge on the Sonya, and a Fish on the Phoenix. And over in red, we have Hot Boys. We have Frost Absol on the Diablo, Roya on the Stukov, Icarus on the Gul'dan, Rising Star on the Tyrande, and Juan Pablo playing the Varian. Alright, here we go, getting started. Let's take a look at these talents. Anything out of the ordinary? Nothing really looking out of the ordinary. Going to be that straight arrows build from the Hanzo. And it's going to be the Flare build from Tyrande. I really like that. Once you get your stacks up, it makes it very effective to use. We'll keep an eye on the Owl hits and the Soul Stones on the Diablo here for the side of Hot Boys. But as we get started, it is the Corruption build as well on the Gul'dan. So we'll keep an eye on this. And so look, it's going to be the off lane here against the Sonya on the top lane. But I just want to keep an eye on the middle. It looks like they're going to do the mid-bottom soak rotation. Tyrande now rotating bottom, trying to get her Owl's stacks up as well, getting that going. Diablo charging in. Not sure what he was thinking there, but is he going to be able to get that? Frost comes in by the... and then the Lurking Arm comes out a little late, and he is done. So Diablo, again, still really only 10 Soul Stones. So a little too early, I think, for him to really be jumping around that crazy. Might have to play a little safer. So Tyrande right now is going up against the Phoenix, who's just sitting back, zoning, getting some XP. Arthas used to be a solo laner, so I'm not surprised that see him just sitting that mid lane soak as well, doing a little scouting, realizing that, hey, there's two off the map, let's go take a look. And that Phoenix coming in with his Plasma Cutter doing a lot of damage. Another route onto the Diablo. Will he be able to get away this time? but he's going to have to be careful with those charge in. If that means he can't get back out, so he's going to have to be very careful on how he plays this as the game continues, especially early on with not a lot of soulstones. Let's take a look at this top lane right now. It's fairly balanced. Sonya should win this lane. She's going to do better damage, better AoE damage than a Varian, but still early. Big reminder though that the Varian at level 4 is going to have his what used to be his heroic, but he gets at level 4 now. So we'll see what he goes, if he goes to taunt, which is what I'm anticipating, or if he's going to go maybe the Clash, but it's going to be the taunt. Going with a standard pick. So with that, both at level 4, small XP lead, actually almost about a level XP lead now for Durotan's Couch. And see how this is going. Doing a little scouting, making sure they're not taking the camp there. But Arthur's just sitting mid, keeping an eye on everybody. There goes the root. Just kind of poking, kind of keeping aware of what's going on. Let me zoom out a little bit. There we go. So keeping an eye. Hanzo and Rhaegar are just camp taking machines. The charge in from Diablo, he is trying to get out but gets rooted. The plasma cutter damage comes in. They try to keep him up, but the Diablo goes down, and now on the backline the Varian's there. He taunts onto the Rhaegar, but he's standing under tower damage and he's going to have to get out. In comes the Gul'dan with the Fell Flame and the Corruption, not really landing on a lot, but the Rhaegar's low on health, low on mana. He's probably going to have to Hearth, and he is. So the Sonya and the Hanzo are going to see what they can do here, try to take as many of these minions as they can, and they got about half already, so I don't think that Hot Boys realized that the Rhaegar's not here. If they did, they would be jumping in. But Gul'dan's just trying to poke with Fel, and Corruption trying to see what he can do. And back in is the Diablo here, going towards the front line. Taunt onto, I didn't even see who that was. That was a Sonya who just got deleted. Lot of burst damage with the Gul'dan. If they can hit it in the Tyrande with the stun and the true shot, the true shot mark. So if they get a hold of somebody and isolate somebody, they can go down very quickly. Varian now being the frontliner a little bit more so than the Diablo. It's going to be a race. 2 left for Hot Boys, 6 left for Durotan's Couch, but it looks like Hot Boys will secure the first Punisher. It's a frozen Punisher, not as strong as, say, the Arcane, but they'll take it here, and looks like Durotan's Couch is setting up right behind the wall, trying to make the jump happen. There is the jump. Almost caught on the other side of the wall, but able to get it over. There's about half health. See how much damage Hot Boys can get in with it. Not a lot. They got 1 tower. That's it. And out of all this, they're still slightly behind in XP compared to Durotan's Couch. So, let's see. We'll see how the race for level 10 goes, which is probably going to be the next big one. Let's take a look. The Hanzo did go explosive arrows at 4 over this rated arrows build, so not looking to necessarily be just going for the camps, because they do have the Rhaegar to help a lot with that, and the nerf did hit him a little bit, but he's still a pretty decent camp taker, so not too surprised. Cleanse on the Rhaegar is going to be very useful as this game goes on, to try to help get people out of trouble, say, should a Lunar Flare land. Looks like they're rotating down on the Phoenix. Are they going to be able to get him? There's the charge, the stun. Lunar Flare comes in. Damage, but he's able to phase away. Phoenix is just so strong. It's just so strong. If you miss one auto attack and he just like, oh, I'm out. And he is safe. So, with that, still levels about a whole level leads for Durotan's Couch. They're doing a great job on the macro of keeping up on the XP. Who's really carrying that? Let's take a look. It is that Sonya in the top lane doing a fantastic job, and I missed the kill mid. I'm so sorry. But the Arthas now is been flipped over, charged, able to root. The Stukov trying to get out there, able to get out. But even under tower damage, you can see that the Arthas is just beefy, and he's very hard to take down, so I have to keep, I have to really dump a lot into him to take him down. Sonya rotating towards his camp. Here comes level 10 here shortly, so Just trying to get that camp soaked towards level 10 for Team Durotan's Couch and waiting for the next shrine to spawn, which will be mid. So, and so with that, here comes Hot Boys, but again, just a tad late rotating to the camp, just missing them and a chance to really make a difference. If they catch Durotan's Couch in the wrong position, they can really do a number, because that was just the Rhaegar and the Hanzo, and if the Diablo had rotated through and they could really catch him off guard, it could be really powerful. It looks like they're setting up for a little ambush here. Hanzo able to leap away, but now it's for Lunar Flare comes out, does land, Cleanse comes out, still weak. The Tyrande is dead. Here comes the Phoenix ult. Just a lot of damage on the Diablo. He's trying to get away, but the charge in from the variant, and he's down. The Rhaegar uses the Ancestral Healing over on the Hanzo, brings him right back up to full. And they're still waiting. They looks like they're going to go for the camp here. They're not necessarily worried about going for the shrine. Sonya's doing her thing over there. She's taking it. But looks like now Hot Boys does have level 10. Probably as soon as the Diablo comes up, they'll look to take a fight, trying to make it so they could take a fight on even talent tiers. And I see if there's anything out of the ordinary as far as ults go. No, nothing really. The Shadow Stalk from the Tyrande, I was wondering which one she would take. The Swipe coming from the Stukov over the Shove that's taken primarily in HGC. And then the Horrify on the Gul'dan. Variant's ult, remember, comes in at 4 now. So Hanzo completes his quest. Here comes the fight. Diablo isolated, taken down. Looks like he tried to cast an Ancestral, but wasn't able to get it off. But Rhaegar still survives. Diablo goes down. Stun onto the Stukov. He's going to fall as well. The Horrify comes out a little too late, and that's going to be the team fight there. The Mortar Punisher is already taken down. The wall's already down. Headed for the first fort, and with that, that'll be a fort. And I think they're going to take the wall. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for the keep wall here in the mid lane. Sonya is still in the top lane. She's pushing that lane in, grabbing some XP, looking for that level 13, which should come here. There's the jump over onto the Varian, but there goes the wall. They take out the side wall down here, and now looking to take towers. Looks like they're going to get both towers. Probably just going to leave the gate, maybe get the taunt onto the Phoenix. He gets cleansed and uses Plasma Cutter and is able to walk away. The Rhaegar has been very good on using his cleanse, trying to get it, and that's 100 soul stones for the Diablo, which is good because it means he's at his highest level on HP that he can be, almost 500 HP. But and if he dies, he will get the near instant res, like 3-second res, but he will be back down on his soulstone count. So, well, it can do it. Nice corruption with the silence. Probably taking a guess at the camp there. Let's scout that out and able to really get some damage. The Gul'dan is almost done with the corruption talent, but not quite there. Needs 5 more hits, and that will really boost his damage. Let's take a look. The Tyrande does have 20 owl hits so far, and 12 lunar ferroflits out of the 20 she needs for her quest. But after 10, it is a free mana cost. Just going to take down this fort here in the bot lane. They have the talent lead. They're going to try to use it. Corruption comes out, root onto the Gul'dan, and there goes the fort. Here comes Sonya into the back line. They go after the Tyrande. Horrify comes out. Good Horrify, but the Stukov is probably still going to die. Root onto the Gul'dan. In comes damage, but they are able to get out barely. So very tough going for them. It's just very tough. Gul'dan does complete his quest. So the Diablo, or the Variant I should say, charges in, but the roots coming out from the Arth, the roots coming out on the Frost Blast from the Arthas have just been, or the Howling Blast, have just been on point. Multiple man Howling Blasts, and those roots without a cleanse on the side of Hot Boys have really cost them. So with that, it is a 3-level lead. Right now, they're currently on same talent tier, but that's going to rapidly disintegrate here as Durotan's Couch heads for level 16 as they go top to steal the camp away, using that Hanzo vision with the arrow. Again, here comes the Howling Blast, another 2-man Howling Blast. Diablo charges in, but it's onto the Arthas. The Apocalypse comes down, stuns on 2, including the Phoenix, gets cleansed, but he is dead. The Ancestral Healing goes out onto the Arthas, but he's still gonna die. He had Army of the Dead popped and had Ancestral and still almost died. The camp, Hot Boys was able to secure the camp. That's what they needed right there before the talent tier got shifted here at level 16 versus 13. It was a good fight for them to try to add a little something to their XP and try to get a little closer, but they're still behind. They're still pretty far behind. But knowing that Phoenix still has time to go up, they're going to try to take as many minions off the shrine as they possibly can. Sonya was up clearing the top wave and that camp, and they take their camp and then start heading towards the shrine. In comes the Hanzo scouting with the arrow, and the serrated arrows just do a number on, or a scatter arrow. I keep calling them serrated arrows. I do play Overwatch, so they're doing a number here in these small areas. The Sonya is trying to work on Diablo, takes him down, able to. The arrows are just doing a number. The route onto the Varian, he walks away. The 3-man stun. Tyrande had like 60 health. Sonya jumping towards the back line, but the Varian is left as a sacrificial lamb, and he is down. Here comes back the Diablo, though, using those 100 soul stones, that instant res to come back. But he's just looking to soak in the mid lane. I can't blame him. Looks like Gul'dan's going top to clear out the camp. I'd like to see him stop right here at about 38. It looks like they might. I'd like to see him stop right here and just hold it. There you go, at 39. Sonya, don't do it. And what they're going to do is they're going to take the bot camp. And Sonya does end up taking it, though. And it is an arcane Punisher. And there is no wall leading into the keep, so this is probably going to be a keep, and it might even be game if they're not careful. Again, talent tier lead for Durotan's Couch over Hot Boys here, so just keeping an eye on the stream. And they do make the Punisher jump towards the mid, but they're still going to lose this keep here. Punisher comes back, and there goes the keep. Diablo charges in, but then gets stunned. Sonya jumps in, using Whirlwind. Root on the Diablo as well. 3-man Howling Blast. Here comes the ult from the Phoenix, and there goes the Diablo. Flailing Swipe just trying to keep him back. Shields are gone. 80% left on the core. This is going to be a game. GG's. It looks with that Durotan's Couch has taken the game. GG's to them. Take a quick look here at the final scoreboard. I'm looking at my stream and it's lagging a bit. Let's take a look at that. Alright, guys, I'm gonna kick it over to the screen. I'm gonna get some music going for you guys, and we'll get started here with game 2 in just a bit. It's gonna be Dragonshire. Alright guys, we are here into game number 2. It's going to be on Dragonshire. On the first map, it was Durotan's Couch who took the first game, pretty convincingly. Let's see how this one goes. The KT ban coming from Durotan's Couch, and look for the response here from Hot Boys. The last game, Hot Boys went with the Tyrande. Didn't really seem to do enough. Wasn't bad, didn't necessarily, but it just didn't seem to do enough. But when they did have it, you could see the combo they were thinking. Maiev was the ban there. That they went with a variant taunt. The thought was with a lunar flare on top, with the true shot, the mark, that they could burst down something. And it did work a couple times, but overall it just was lacking, and they fell behind and couldn't maintain it. Durotan's Couch goes back to their Hanzo, and they grab that, and then immediately instant lock-in coming from Hot Boys. They grab the Stukov as they did in the first game, and then they pick up the Medivh, who was banned in their first game, and maybe we'll see why here coming up. That was a first-round ban from Durotan's Couch against Hot Boys, so they must know that they must have something to it. So Medivh is that pickup. I talked about in the first game that if Medivh can be a very, very strong hero, especially if your team is used to playing with him and knows how to play around him. Stukov is fantastic. The counter picks coming, though, to end the first phase. Phoenix again coming back for Durotan's Couch, and this time they get the Malfurion banned in the second phase. They realizing they wouldn't get it if they didn't pick it now. Go ahead and grab that Malfurion right now and say, give it to us. We want our healer. Although last game the Rhaegar didn't do bad, but you could just see that there's something lacking. So interesting to see here, roots, etc. What comes out from the Malfurion. Second ban here coming up. Hot's getting ready to grab that. Afish would like to say hi to everybody in the chat. So in the chat, thank you all for watching. All those who are watching, if you like what you hear, like what you see, please give me a follow. Give it a try. I'm going to be streaming all season long, and really enjoying doing this. So please give me a follow. Please keep up in chat if you got any feedback. I'm always willing to listen and getting better at this. Johanna was the ban that came from Hot Boys. I like it. Johanna's a strong tank. And we know that we're going to probably have 2 tanks coming out here for Durotan's Couch. So trying to grab that off. Looks like they're hovering over a Li Ming ban. Here for Durotan's Couch. I don't know these teams that well, but it looks like Hot Boys likes to play a true healer support type with a kind of mid support like the Tyrande, Medivh, these kind of in the middle ones, and then play a very heavy mage. Last game it was the Gul'dan. Looks like, but the KT was banned last game, and then now again this game as well as now the Li Ming. So wouldn't be surprised here to see a strong mage. I'd like to see maybe a Jaina on this game. Gul'dan does well, but I like the Jaina's push, the poke. Ring of Frost can be very useful. Ring of Frost, Stukov, Lurking Arm with a silence can really do a number. Also Medivh, there's a wombo combo possibility with Leyline Seal if you go that instead of Polybomb. So a lot of things can happen here with that. So we'll see where it goes. With that, it does turn over to Hot Boys now with their picks here to start the second phase. Back to that Varian. Again, Varian, a great counter to Phoenix, especially at level 13 where he gets the shield, as well as the taunt, does a very good job, and he does get that earlier now at level 4. And then they go with the Greymane. Still a very strong assassin. No matter what tank they go, if they go heavy tank, they can go Curse Bullet to try to help burst down that tank. They can also go for the throat for the chase on the Hans on the Phoenix. So I'm saying Hot Boys, Afish. I have a lisp, so it comes off as Hots. Oh no! Oh, you're just now realizing their team name. Oh wow, this has been a game. The Gray Mane, though, great pick, solid pick, just fits in pretty well. So, and see where Durotan's Couch goes with their last two picks here. Maybe Diablo Muradin? Sonya again, I like that. And there's the Diablo, though. Sonya, how could I forget Sonya? Fantastic play last game by the captain of the team, Captain Wedge, who picked up that Sonya last game. Did a very good job with it. And now switching back over to Hot Boys, last pick. Are they gonna go with another tank? I would expect so. Otherwise, they'd be very susceptible to the burst coming out from Hanzo and Phoenix. But they go with the Mathiel. Wow. He's kind of fallen out favor recently in HCC. Still strong hero. Does well against the Sonya, so we'll see how that lane matchup goes. Does well against Diablo. That percentage-based damage. We'll see how that goes. Also, last rights could be potentially picked up at level 10 against the Phoenix and the Hanzo, who like to try to run away and escape. We'll have to take a look and see how that goes. But with that, we are getting jumped here into the map. Loading up here in a second. I'm interested to see where it goes. I like the Medivh. I like the Grey Mane. I like the picks from Hot Boys. I want to see. It looks like they got their picks they were looking for. Looks a little more together with them. The Variant on the front line, he's a strong tank. He did very well last game. Not that surprised. He did do very well. I want to see how they play with this Medivh, though. The one thing with Medivh is he can be really good or he can just be a hero on the map. So I'm hoping they can really leverage the Medivh for what he is. On the left side here, though, we do have Durotan's Couch and the blue Captain Wedge picking up that Sonya again. On the Hanzo is Wildcard A. Again, Soln on the Malfurion. A-Fish playing the Phoenix again. And Big Egg Roll picking up the Diablo. And on the right, in the red, we do have Hot Boys. Juan Pablo 64 picking up that Mathiel. On the Medivh is... I can't even see his name because he's in bird form. Wow. Icarus has picked up the Grey Mane. Frost Absol has picked up the Varian. And Roya is playing the Stukov again. So, with that, we'll get started. Let's see how the stacking of Arcane Rift goes for the Medivh. How he does with that. And he is going Portal Mastery here at level 1. So we'll see how that works out. And wow, right away, 3-man Arcane Rift. Great job by him. Looking to do that. The Serrated Arrows build coming out for the Hanzo, just like last game. So, the Scattered Arrow build. I keep calling it Serrated Arrows. I'm going to get it right this time, one of these days. I know I am. But the Scattered Arrow build coming out to start off, just as he did last game. So, with that, looks like we're just doing a mid-bot rotation between both teams. Just trying to keep even with the XP lead, or with the XP. And Varian right now, he's up in the front. He's kind of a little papery early on, but as the game goes, he gets much better, especially level 4 when he can grab that taunt very early, get that XP boost, and isolate. Charge comes in, counter charge by Diablo. But just a lot of poking at each other. Hanzo is going to work on this camp now. Backing off to start on that. I'd like to see them use this Medivh effectively to start scouting for things like that. Up in the top lane, Captain Wedge versus Juan Pablo here in this top lane. Actually, Captain Wedge has been, looks like he's been controlling the lane fairly well. I'm going to grab the Sunshrine and then head back in to take on Juan Pablo here. Not losing a lot of XP. On the bottom, Hot Boys is just sitting down here guarding the Moonshrine. Don't want to give that over too early. So the question with the map with Dragonshire is, oh, nice charge onto the Variant into the root. Right before level 4, he doesn't have the taunt, doesn't have the XP, and there he goes. The damage is enough. They take him down. The Malfurion is capping the bottom, but doesn't quite cap it all the way. But Variant unable to survive. Nice charge by Diablo onto the Stukov. The stun, able to get the heal off though. Diablo taking a lot of tower shots, but the Malfurion able to keep him up. And wow, was not expecting that. Hanzo picks up the dragon, and that is the first Dragon Knight of the game. I was talking before all the fight happened. Bottom was that normally with Dragon Cider, it's how long it takes to get the first dragon. Usually it's after 10, but here we are at level 5, and there's the first dragon taken down. And it's just going to do some tower damage, do some poke on the gate. That's about it. It's really not that strong yet. I mean, you can see how quickly it dropped. But trying to take a small XP lead. Bottom tower goes down, as they're probably going to try to take this other one as well. Phoenix using that plasma cutter very effectively to try to do damage across the wall. Greymane is rooted and stunned. The taunt goes on to the Diablo to stop him from the charge. Great use there by the variant to stop that and to keep his Greymane alive. Looks like they're just trying to sit here trying to do damage. Hanzo is still sitting there. He'll pop out here in just a second. And instantly does a scatter arrow to try to get some damage in. And they're scouting it out saying... And it's all 5 of Durotan's couch down here to take this camp, basically taunting him, saying, come at us. You wanna take this camp, come at us. And they're able to steal it away. Mateo, though, is doing his job. He's staying on the top lane. He's trying to keep the XP balance and push as much as he can, trying to cost Sonya for not being up there for the wave. Sonya just does a little poke damage, but she's back up here in time and doesn't really lose any XP at all. With that, level 7 now for both teams, back on the same talent tier. And the camp is being taken on the bot by Durotan's couch, and able to clear that very rapidly. No wall there to slow it down, so Hot Boys will have to dedicate some real damage to get that done. The Medivh drops the portal, but not able to hop in. Now is able to get away. That was very close. Almost able to isolate him, but Force will able to keep him alive. The charge onto the Varian. A small stun as he hit the fort, and in 4 minutes and 51 seconds, the Medivh has completed Arcane Rift. That would have been a big kill if they would have got it before, but now the Medivh can play a little more aggressively. Taunt onto the Diablo. He just stands there and takes it and says, what you got? And really, to be honest with you, not a lot. The Greymane can't do it a lot yet. And that taking that fort has given them a full level lead on the race to level 10 here. Looks like they're going to back off, get their camp. Methyl is in the mid lane trying to soak as well, since he pushed with a camp on the top lane. And it looks like it's working on some of these towers. The invade coming from Hot Boys, the charge, and then the taunt on the Diablo. He's able to get away, get some heals. They're going to lose the camp, but they didn't lose the hero, any of the heroes, and they can deal with that. Phoenix, Hanzo can clear this out pretty rapidly. You know, they would have loved to have that camp, but all things considered, could have gone much worse. Right now, it looks like they're just going to try to soak for 10. Just soak for 10. Get that and get the advantage before they head into, before they really take a fight over the shrine. A lot of poke damage coming out from the Hanzo and the Phoenix, really weakening up the Varian and forcing the Stukov to really be active on his healing. With that, the Diablo takes the moon camp on the bottom. Sonya is capping the sun shrine on the top, and now comes the fight over the mid. Medivh is sitting to the side in the bushes and just waiting for somebody to come up so he can do damage. But level 10 is taken. I want to see if there's anything out of the ordinary. Twilight Dream is taken by the mouth. That's not out of the ordinary, but Tranquility and Twilight Dream have now been more frequently used interchangeably. The big arrow comes out, followed by the Apocalypse. The protection comes out on the Force of Will, but then also the Phoenix damage comes out, able to keep that Greymane alive, but looks like they're going to lose their Varian as he got pinned between a rock and a hard place, the tree and the wall there. The arrow set up into the Apocalypse. Great little wombo combo there from the team, and it looks like now they're going to take the camp here before they worry about anything else. And even if the Medivh came back, it would be 3-on-3 with no frontliner against his team. So they're just going to have to give up the Giants there. Greymane comes in and starts working on clearing them out. Sonya would love to try to take the Sun Shrine, but has to hit well here as the Mathael has been bullying around lane, and it looks like he is going to go last rights on the Mathael over the Tormented Souls. So we'll see how many he can stack up and how quickly he can get that going. There, Stukov again with the flank swipe. Go for the throat as a pick over the Curse Bullet. I could see it going either way with the two frontliners. Polybomb taken by the Medivh, and Shield Wall at 10 for Varian, but really his ulti is back at level 4 now. So I'm not even sure what the other level 10 talent is, because Shield Wall is just so fantastic. With that, actually both shrines are taken. Charge in onto the Varian by the Diablo. And then the counter charge in and the taunt coming out. The Twilight Dream hits. It didn't look like it hit anybody with the root on the Varian. Out comes the Phoenix ult doing a number, but the Hanzo dies to the Mathael on the top lane. Phoenix trying to sustain. Diablo with the flip and the stun onto the Varian. Here comes the parry, able to get the kill, but Diablo is counter killed, and he had 100 souls, so he'll be right back up. Sonya is just sitting here looking to poke against the Mathael. He's low, but I don't think Sonya has it to get the kill. And that last rights did get the kill on the Hanzo, by the way. He has 1 stack, so looks like that was his kill. Polybomb dropped on the Sonya, just trying to zone her out. She turns and spears the Medivh, who barely gets away. Big arrow from downtown by the Hanzo. Wow. Oh, wow. That Medivh didn't know what hit him, and he just... Oh, that was a fantastic play. Just great job. Sonya heading towards the top lane, debating, does she want this XP? Does she want the shrine? Gonna grab the shrine. On the bottom lane, charge in onto the Stukov, then the toss. Phoenix doing a number on the Stukov, and there he goes. He goes down. Malfurion's going to cap it. Looks like Hanzo's going to try to get the dragon again, but he knows, using arrow, that Varian's on his way, and that would be kind of a rough fight. But here comes the Diablo saying, I got your back, man. Charge in. Sonya spears in. Roots set up, and then the flip. But a great portal by Medivh gets the Varian out. Fantastic job. Mathael on the top lane was able to recapture the Sunshrine and reset for the moment what's going on. They're going to look to take their siege camp over here on the bottom left. Diablo is coming in towards the point, but he finds a portal and a Greymane. Able to recap. His team is rotating down. And... looks like we're going to have a small dance around this point here. On the top, Sonya's trying to do her best against the Mathael, but is having to deal with the camp as well. Greymane does get a hold of the Phoenix. Diablo charges in on the Greymane as counter. Root comes out. Malfurion does end up getting the last hit. Great little combo there. Assassin for assassin. Varian's manning up against the Diablo. Diablo is not sure what to do. He only has 68 soul. He's not back at 100, so he's not as good. Charge into the wall. Stun. Twilight Dream comes out. Only gets the Varian. But lets the Diablo get away for just a moment. In comes the Mathael here, so it's a 4-on-3 fight down here on the bottom. Hanzo is just poking away with the scattered arrow. And they're just trying to sustain and trying to survive a little longer until the Phoenix comes back up. They do have a lead. Durotan's couch does one level lead. Looking to get 16, probably looking to get 16, take a talent lead, and take that fight there. The Lurking Arm comes out with the silence. But Hanzo just hops over the wall. In comes the Phoenix now. Now it's a 4-on-4. A lot of damage. Flip onto the Varian. Charge into the wall. Polybomb goes out on Diablo, who then transfers it to the Malfurion. Could have been iffy there, but able to get away. Mathael does go top and does take the top point. So it's a 3-on-4 here down in the bot lane. And they'll probably be able to recap the Moon Shrine here as long as Malfurion stays on it. And he does. So you can take that. They were wondering where they're all headed off to. Hanzo scouts out that they were looking to take the camp. They decide to come in and take the fight. And Lurking Arm comes out, but Diablo's just going to stand on the point and grab the Giants. So the problem with the Medivh is that, just like now, Medivh is in bird form, raven form, able to fly right down there, scouted out, able to capture the Moon Shrine, while on the top lane, the Mathael and the Sonya just do their dance. And as long as they keep doing that, Mathael wins every time, just because that percentage-based damage of the Scythe. So, see how this continues down the road. Just clearing out the wave, going back to the bottom. The Diablo is back to 100 souls now, so he again will have that instant raise, and he also does have his large health pool. Where is he at now? 69, almost 7,000 HP. So he is big and beefy right now. On the top lane, Sonya just gets ganked. All 5-on-1, not fair. But at the same time, this team, Durotan's Couch, grabbed the camp on the bottom as well as the shrine and is now pushing towards the wall. They're realizing there's a lot missing and it's time to B-step out of here. Do they all get... And they all get out. That was close. I was wondering if the Medivh was going to be able to get there close enough to stop the Diablo and isolate Diablo. That would have been a big kill. Reset the Soul Stones back down. So with that, though, Greymane goes ahead and captures the bottom, and Medivh is looking to steal away the Dragon Knight, and they're going to be able to get it. There it is. And the taunt comes in onto the Hanzo by the Varian. Counter Roots comes out by Malfurion. Nice play, because otherwise that would have been one dead Hanzo. And with that, that's a level 16, a 14-minute Dragon going to Hot Boys. Now it's the chance to really get some structure damage in, grab some free XP. There's a lot of free XP for them on the board. Durotan's Couch has taken 2 forts, mid and bottom, but they have not done any real structure damage on the side of Hot Boys. So getting some of these towers, getting a fort maybe, would be very useful in trying to catch up on the XP, because it's 18 to 16 now, right now. But they're not able to get... they finally get a tower. They do get both towers on the bot, but the gate still stands. There's towers in the middle, the gate, but top gates and towers are down. Here comes the Mathael jumping in. It's a 5-on-5. He jumps in. Polybomb comes out onto the Diablo. He's isolated, and that ends the fight. Everybody back to their corners, it looks like here. Sonya is headed to the top lane. A lot of minions up there looking for that XP. Looking to race for 20. My guess is they're both looking for that race to 20 before the next dragon, trying to get that lead. There's nothing worse than trying to set up for an ambush and then the Medivh flies over you and you can't do anything about it, and the Medivh just sits there and looks at you. All 5 members of Hot Boys are down here to steal this camp away, and Durotan's Couch just looks on. But again, them losing this camp, not that big of a deal. Phoenix does a ton of damage. Hanzo clears out. I mean, look at that. It's gone already. Sonya's going to go start on the Bruiser camp here on the top. And it looks like her team is going to rotate up to her and get this going a little faster. I just now realized I hadn't zoomed out. I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry, chat. And get this going here in a second. So, with that, level 19 now for Durotan's Couch, as... they look to race towards level 20. 30 seconds to the dragon. Here. Fight breaking out here. Roots coming out, as well as the lurking arm, as well as the Phoenix. The Phoenix ulti, and in comes a big arrow. 4-man Apocalypse, a little late, a little sooner on the Apocalypse, and that would have probably stunned them all. Charge goes on to the Variant, doesn't hit the wall, so it doesn't reset. Portal drops and able to push them back. Diablo grabs the shrine on the bottom, and it looks like they're looking to take a fight here. Portal drops in, and they jump right onto it. Taunt goes out to the Hanzo along with Last Rites, and that's one dead Hanzo. Greymane's low, but he looks like he's going to be fine between the the protection from the Medivh and the heal from Stukov. He is able to survive. Medivh's going to cap the bottom. Mathael's looking to go de-push the camp on top, as well as to probably take the top shrine. But they're just poking away at Durotan's Couch, keeping them behind their wall. That's their goal, just keep them behind their wall. Mathael is working on clearing the wave, is now going to go ahead and take the top shrine. And Sonya is now rotating back down. Charge comes out onto the Malfurion, and he is isolated under the Lurking Arm and Silence, as well as a great Polybomb. Ended up hitting the mouth and then spreading to the Diablo and the Phoenix. That's their healer gone, and that's 2 down for Durotan's Couch, and that looks like that's going to allow Hot Boys to take the dragon. Sonya's hiding in the bush, but Medivh just flies over you. Charge in from the variant, as well as the taunt. Polybomb, last right comes out from Mathael, and that is a dead Sonya. With that, Mathael captures the Dragon Knight and is headed straight for this bot lane, looking to push through with his team. So Diablo isolated again, very low, but able to survive. Down this fortune. Oh, portal lane followed by a charge taunt right onto the Phoenix, and that is the dead Phoenix along with a Lurking Arm. Great play. They're really using this Medivh very well. Now I can see why it was banned away in the first game. Durotan's Couch had obviously seen that they're very Hot Boys is a strong team when they have the Medivh in their pocket. So with that, they're gonna look to take down this keep, maybe do a little more. 45 seconds left on a dragon that's at 70%. So this keep is going to fall. They can't take out any of the keeps in the mid or top, but they can keep and head towards that core. Charge goes in. Taunt on the Diablo. Polybomb goes out as well. Dragon chasing him down and gets him along with the last rites. Is that last rites? No, that was not last rites. He's in the dragon. He just gets the dragon kill. Forget about that. So it is a 5-on-4 right now. Apocalypse is coming out. Varian is stunned up. Sonya's in the backline doing a lot of damage, but it looks like the Varian will fall here. Oh no, he gets into the portal and gets away. Mathael is isolated though, and he is down. Polybomb comes out, and they just go straight for the core. I didn't even notice that. Greymane comes in, jumps in at the last second, takes it down. Fantastic play. GG's to both teams. With that, Hot Boys takes game 2, and this is a best of 2, so 1 each is the final for tonight. Durotan's Couch taking the first game on Infernal Shrines, and then Hot Boys taking the second game here on Dragonshire. With that, I would like to thank everybody who came out and watched the stream on the chat. Thank you so much. If you like what you hear, you want to see more games, give me a follow. I'll be casting all season long. Got any feedback, please hit me up and let me know. Always looking to get better. Giving this casting thing a go, I'm really enjoying it. So I appreciate it when you all come in, participate in the chat, and take a look and see what's going on. And and with that, I'm going to call it a night. And I hope you all have a good night, and may your games be ever so much fun. And may you always hit level 20 before your team hits level 16. With that, guys, I say goodnight. I might pick up another game later, but I'm not sure. If I do, just check out the channel. You'll get that notification on the follow. If not, I'll catch you later.